Hi guys, welcome to the discussion of mock 11. I think when I did go through the paper, seemed to be a pretty easy paper as compared to the previous mock as well, right? And a lot of options that you have, a lot of questions which were there that you could have easily solved. So let's look at one more fruitful discussion on how do we go ahead with the mocks. If I see the question, what should be going through my mind, and let's see whether whether you're able to catch up the same thought process or not, and improve upon them or not. Right. So now this question says, the minute I see this question comes from a rectangle concept. As I always tell in my classes that when it comes to geometry, I should definitely enter the question if I'm looking at a question on triangles. And in quadrilaterals, I preferably prefer rectangles, I prefer squares, and I prefer parallelograms. Right, so these are certain questions which I should be like at least read the question and then leave. Okay. So when I read this question that PQRS is a rectangle and SU and RT are given to us as 40, SU is perpendicular to RT. T is a point on PQ. So let's understand this. So let's at least draw the diagram once. And then if you're not getting the idea, then I would advise you to leave the question. Okay. So let's say if I'm going ahead with PQ, R and S. So we know that T is a point on PQ. Let's say T is a point somewhere here. Clear? And I'm told that RT. So if I join these two, I get RT. Now what is RT? RT is 40 that is given to us. Okay. Now I'm also told that SU is a perpendicular to RT. So if I drop a perpendicular from here, so this becomes perpendicular to RT. Okay. And SU is 30 centimeters here, RT is 40 centimeters here. Now, I'm told find the area of the rectangle. If you remember, one of the standard models of rectangle is something on these lines. That if you have a rectangle and you are making a triangle using the base as one of the sides as a base, and you are making a triangle here, then we had seen in rectangles class that if this is A, this is B, and this is C, then you need to understand that the value of A will always be equal to the value of B and C together. Clear? So this was already given. So if I see that if I use RS as the base, let me try to join ST. Clear? So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to use the triangle SRT. Right, now we need to understand, if you know this theorem or if you know this funda of rectangles, you need to understand that the area of triangle SRT will be equal to the area of triangle PST plus the area of triangle RQT. This is a proving in rectangle, guys. It's a very simple proving. If you want, you can always look at this way. Clear? So if you want me to prove this, now if I look at RSRT, suppose I'm just randomly not assuming SU as the height. Now in SRT, if I assume SR as the base, then the area of this triangle is half into SR is the base, and let's say height will always be PS because height is a perpendicular drop from the vertex to the base. Clear? Now, if I look at PST, what is PST? PST is half, right? Base will be PT and height will be PS because this is rectangle. So if this is A, this is A. If this is B, this is also B. Clear? Plus RQ2 will be height into, if I write height as RQ, instead of RQ, I can write this as PS. And the base is going to be TQ. So if you observe here, in this part, if I take half into PS common, we get PT plus TQ. Now, PT plus TQ is nothing but PQ, or PQ is nothing but equal to SR, right? So this becomes half into PS into SR. And the bigger triangle is also half into SR into PS. Now, this is the proof of this theorem, right? So always remember that in a triangle, in a rectangle, whenever you are making a triangle with respect to the base as one of the sides of the rectangle, complete base, right? So if I talk about this as RT, I'm joining this point also here. Clear? PQRS. And I'm dropping a perpendicular from here on this side, and this becomes SU. Now the part this becomes easy because I can say that area of triangle RST is going to be half. I'm using base as RT. Then the height becomes SU. Because I have to use 30 and 40 there, right? So this becomes half into 30 into 40, which becomes how much, guys? 600. And I know that if this is 600, then triangle PST plus triangle RTQ will also be equal to 600. And I know that the rectangle PQRS is a combination of RST plus PST plus RTQ. So this will give you 600. These two together will give you 600. So area of the rectangle here is going to be 1200 centimeter square. Clear? This is going to be the area of the rectangle in that case. Now let's move forward to the next one. So what's an easy question, but yeah, in case you're a person who is not very confident in rectangles or not aware of this theorem, you should not be getting into it, or provided the idea should strike your mind. Okay. So if not, worst case, what you could have done is, if the idea is not striking your mind, you have written this, and you're not able to think anything further, it's advisable to leave this question in 1 minute. But if you're able to connect that, okay, if I can use this as the base and I can make this as my triangle, then the area of the rectangle is pretty easy. Or henceforth, remember this property of a rectangle, because it's a very commonly used property in most of the examinations. Okay. Now, this was a beautiful question, which sounded to be very easy. There are 21 balls in a bag, out of which 20 are black and 1 is blue. I would say this question was tricky. Okay. The average of black balls is X. So if there are 20 black balls and the average of black balls is X, that means sum total of all the 20 black balls will be equal to how much, guys? 20 into X, because sum total is average into number of terms. Clear? And the total weight of all the 20, there's only one blue ball. Let's say the weight of blue ball, there's only one blue ball, right? One blue ball, let's say, is equal to Y. Now the question says that 20x plus y is equal to 61, right? Now 20x is sum of all the 20 black balls. If none of the balls is more than 3 kgs and the weight of all the balls is an integer, find the weight of a blue ball. Now this is a very tricky question because on the face value, sometimes students get carried away and they think it is an integer solution question. Now when I say integer solution question, I can say y is equal to 1. If I take y is equal to 1, the value of x will be equal to 3. Clear? So if the value of x is equal to 3, now is this a possible solution? Of course, yes. In that case, what am I assuming? Every black ball is of 3 kgs. So I have 20 black balls and I have a blue ball which is of 1 kg. But please understand, this is one of the possible solutions. That is why this question is pretty tricky. A lot of students would have ticked option A and they would have got out, but this is not the correct answer. This would have been the correct answer had the question told that the weight of all the black balls is same. Now, the question did not tell you that the weight of all the black balls is same. If the weight of all the black balls is not same, let's take a very simple case here. Let's say I'm taking 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 in all the cases. 19 balls. Let's say 20th ball, I'm taking 2. Clear? If I'm taking 20th ball as 2, this is 20th black ball, okay? Then the blue ball will also be equal to 2. Because I reduced one from here, I'll increase one here. I can also have a case where all the balls are of same weight. This guy is 1. If this guy is 1, then this guy will be 3 because 19 threes are 57. 57 plus 1 is 58. And 58 plus 3 is equal to 61. So I can have 2 also, 2 also as the weight of a blue ball, 3 also as a weight of a blue ball, or 1 also as a weight of a blue ball. Therefore, the whole thing that is depending upon is what is the weight, or is the weight of black ball same or not same. So that data is not given to us, right? So therefore, this tricky question ends as data inadequate because we have multiple answers in each question there. Okay, guys. So sounds to be easy, but the only thing that you have to think is not to get carried away by this question, and also consider the fact that in which case will this be true? This will be true if weight of all the black balls is same. But did the question give us black balls is same? No, the question did not give us that the weight of black balls is same. Therefore, the answer here does not hold to be true. Now, let's look at this question, guys. So, as shown in the triangle, ABC and BDA, inscribed in the circle, the share its diameter as a root 170 degrees, okay? The shortest side of triangle ABC, which sounds to be this is equal to 1. While the shortest side of BDA is 7, let's say this is equal to 7. And find the combined area of both the triangles. Pretty easy question here. So to get the combined area, now we need to understand that AB is the diameter. So the first property that we need to think of is that diameter makes 90 degrees at the circumference. Right, which means this angle becomes 90. So I repeat, angle C is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degrees. So this is also equal to 90. So we have two 90s here, right? So if I have two 90s and I want the combined area of both the triangles, so I in a way need half into AC into BC, because this becomes my base and this becomes my height. Plus I need half into AD into BD. Now, out of three sides, I know that one angle is 90 and the other two sides are given. So can I say, I'm calculating here, AC is equal to root over of AB square minus BC square. So AB square will give you 170, BC square will give you 1. So root over of 169. So AC is equal to 13. So I get here as half into 13 into 1 plus. What is the value of AD here? The value of AD would be nothing but, again, root over of AB square minus BD square. That is going to be 170 minus 49 whole root over, which will give you root over of 121. That is equal to 11. So this becomes half into 11 into 7. Now I can take half common here. So if I take half common, this becomes 77 plus 13, which eventually gives me 90 divided by 2. 90 divided by 2. So my answer here becomes 45 square units, right? So therefore, in this case, option B becomes your answer. So again, when I look at a circles-based question, especially when I have very simple terms, diameter 90 degree, I should not be leaving this kind of question. Generally, the questions on circles with respect to diameter or radius are using this concept only. So even if I'm not attended this in the examination, I would advise you to ensure that you are remembering this property and then going ahead in the examination. Okay, so please revise this property, a very important property, and a very commonly used property in circles. Okay. Now let's look at this question again. Now this question says a motor boat race is held in Bogsha, once again, Bogsha River in Kenya over three stretches, that is P, Q, and R. Okay, so I have three stretches called P, Q, and R. So there are maximum speeds involved. So maximum speed with P is 80, with Q is 65, and R is 30. Whereas the minimum speeds given to me is 50 kilometers an hour, 40 kilometers an hour, and 15 kilometers an hour. Right. So I read every question. Only then I decide whether I should be entering or not. At least when a question is coming from arithmetic. Okay. Each stretch is of 4 kilometers. Okay. 4 kilometers, 4 kilometers, and 4 kilometers. The current record is 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay. No problem. Abdul completes the first stretch at minimum speed. So, and to maintain and is able to maintain the same speed in the second stretch also if he takes 60% more time than the current world record, which means the question is talking about time taken, right? Now, what is time? Time is equal to distance by speed. In this case, there are three stretches. So D1 by S1 plus D2 by S2 plus D3 by S3 will give me the total time taken, right? So what is D1 by S1? First stretch is traveling at 50. Second stretch also is traveling at 50. I do not know the speed at which he is traveling the third stretch. Let's say that is at X kilometers an hour. Now, kilometers an hour, time should be in the form of hours, uniformity of units. Okay. Now, what is the total time taken? 60% more. 60% is 3 by 5. 3 by 5 more, which means multiplying factor becomes 5 by 5 plus 3 by 5, which means 8 by 5 of 12.5 minutes. I have to convert this in the form of hours. That becomes divided by 60. Clear, guys? So if we want to go ahead in this manner. Clear? So to simplify this logic, what we would do is, I would simplify this as 8 into 125, cancel the decimal from the numerator, get a 0 in the denominator. So let's say this is 600. This I know is 8 by 50. Okay. And this is 4 by x. So let's simplify this. This is 5 ones are 5 25s are. Clear? Right? Now this goes with 1250. So I do not have 12 here, right? Or let's cancel this further. If I simplify this, this is going to be 25. 25 twos are 50, and then we have 100. This is 25 fours are 100. This is 8 ones are. This is 8 threes are. And this gives me how much, guys? This is 2 fours are, and this is 2 25s are. So what do we have here? So if we simplify this, on the left hand side we have 1 by 3 minus 4 by 25 is equal to 4 by x. So this LCM becomes 75. This is 25 minus 4 is equal to, sorry, 25 minus 12 is equal to 4 by x. Clear? Or in short, what do we get here? X is equal to 75 into 4. 75 into 4 is 300. 300 divided by 30. Now the question is asking you approximate speed, right? So I go with 13 twos are 26. We are left with a 40. So 13 threes are 39, which is very close to this, right? So therefore, approximate speed becomes 23 kilometers an hour. So there might be simpler ways of calculation, but yes, this is a must-do question. Not anything involved, direct application, right? Just calculating time taken. Maybe the question is lengthy, but a doable question. So I'm hoping that you would have definitely converted this question. Okay, guys. Now, another question of quadratic equations. If you would have seen the last mocks video, I also explained you very simple terms that we should definitely know about quadratic equation is the sum of the roots of quadratic equation. This is a perfect example of a quadratic equation. The sum of the roots of a quadratic equation is always minus b by a. And we need to understand that the product of the roots of the quadratic equation will be equal to c divided by a. There are two simple things that we need to definitely know with respect to quadratic equation. Now, the question is asking a simple thing here. If R1 and R2 are the roots, find the value of R1 plus 1 into R2 plus 1. So if I simplify this, this becomes R1, R2 plus I have an R1 plus I have an R2 and plus we will have 1. So this is nothing but product of the roots. And this is nothing but the sum of the roots. And this is nothing but 1 here. So what is product of the roots here? Product of the roots here becomes c by a. What is sum of the roots? The sum of the roots is minus b by a. And since the denominator is a, I would rather use 1 as a by a. So if you simplify, this becomes a minus b plus c divided by a is the value of this term. Clear? So a minus b plus c divided by a, which means your answer here becomes option C. So not again a very difficult question, but yes, if you know the basics of quadratic equation, you should be able to answer this question. And my advice is simple: learn the basics that are required in a quadratic equations chapter. Okay, guys? Now, what is the least number of years in which a sum of money put out at 40% annually, compound interest will be more than tripled? Now, there are multiple ways to do this question, guys. A sum of money will be more than tripled. If you want to use the what do you say, calculator in the examination, then P into 1 plus 40 by 100 whole to the power n should be greater than, clear, 3p. So what I would advise you to do if you want to use calculator is your P and P gets cancelled. So instead of this, you can write 1.4 whole to the power n should be greater than 3. Clear? If you're going ahead on these lines, my advice is just keep on multiplying 1.4 certain number of times. So if I multiply 1.4 into 1.4 two times, that gives me 1.96. Again into 1.4 three times gives me 2.744. Now further, if I multiply with 1.4, this becomes 3.8416. So I repeat, 1.4, if I go to the power of 2, it is 1.96. 1.4, if I go with the power of 3, so that's 1.96 into 1.4. So that becomes 2.744, and 1.4 to the power of 4, clear, will give you 3.8416. So therefore, 4 becomes your answer, and this will be your answer. If you want to go by formula or the calculator approach. Second thing is, if I want the sum of money to be tripled, if 3 is the multiplying factor, 3 minus 1 by 100, which means my interest rate or effective rate of interest should be greater than 200%. Clear? Now, how do I go with effective rate of interest? In compound interest, we can use successive percentage change. So A plus B plus A into B divided by 100. Clear? Which will give you 80 plus 16. So 2 years, 40% will give you 1.96%, which is coming up from here. Clear? Then third year, 96 plus 40. And then I'm going with 96 into 40 divided by 100. So 96 plus 40 gives you 136. Now, what is 96 into 40? So 4 6 are 24, 4 I carry 2. 4 9s are 36 plus 2 is 38. So 3840. Clear? So this is 136 plus 38. 136 plus 38 will give you how much, guys? 174.4. You can see here 2.744 will give you 174.4% increase. Clear? This is the effective rate of interest. Now, finally, 174.4 plus 40 plus something. We know that 174.4 plus 40 is 200 and above. Clear? So I need not calculate beyond this. So therefore, I can directly say that it is 4 times directly. So both the methods are there. You can pick up any one of them that you want. If you want to use calculator, the first method, or if you want to go with the normal method, you can go with the second method also. But yes, in both the cases, it was a doable question. So please remember how to use compound interest in simple questions, because this to be termed as a very easy and a simple question in compound interest. Okay, guys. Now, a passenger train again comes with a speed, time, and distance question. A passenger train and a goods train are running in the same direction on parallel railway tracks. Okay. If the passenger train now takes 3 times as long to pass the goods train as and when it is running in opposite direction. Now, this sentence might sound confusing, okay, but you need to understand 3 times as long, which means if you read it one more time, it is actually saying that the time taken to overtake. If the passenger now takes, okay, 3 times as long as to pass the goods train, which means the time taken, because now understand here, now takes is referred to what is happening now. What is happening now? The trains are running in the same direction on parallel railway track. That means the time taken to overtake or to cross in the same direction. Let me write it this way, guys. Since they're moving in the same direction, the time taken to cross each other in the same direction, okay, is 3 times the time taken to cross in the opposite direction. Now, this is what we are looking at. Clear? So, time taken to cross in the same direction. Now, what is the time taken to cross? Whenever two trains are crossing each other, be it same direction or be it opposite direction, the total distance covered is length of the passenger train plus length of the, what do we say? Goods train. Divided by passenger train is overtaking. So, speed of passenger train is T minus speed of goods train, which is equal to 3 times of, again, length of passenger train plus length of goods train divided by P plus G. So LP plus LG, LP plus LG gets cancelled. When you cross multiply, we get P plus G is equal to 3P minus 3G. Clear? Or eventually we get 2P is equal to 4G. Now, please, let's be very clear. What is the question asking us? The question is asking us the ratio of the speeds of passenger train is to goods train, which means I want P divided by G. P divided by G here becomes 4 by 2, or that in short becomes 2 by 1. Clear? So 2 is to 1 becomes the answer, and therefore in this case the answer becomes option A. Clear, guys? So this is where we are looking at this question. Again, a very simple question, not a difficult question at all, right? But we can always get our answer in the least possible time by applying the simple concepts that we have learned in the class. Clear? Now, again, a very easy question, provided you know the formula of the total surface area of cone. The total surface area of cone is equal to 1400 pi. Now, TSA of a cone. What is TSA of a cone? That is pi r L plus pi r square. Clear? This is equal to 1400 pi. Clear? So if I take pi r common, I get again r plus L, which is equal to 1400 pi. So pi and pi gets cancelled. We get r into r plus L. Clear? Second point, the sum of the diameter. Now, diameter is 2 times the radius plus this plus double the slant height. So 2 times of L, I am given as 100. So if you take a 2 common, this becomes r plus L is equal to 100, or 2 ones are 250s. So what do we get finally? We get r plus L is equal to 50. Now we can apply this r plus L here. So if I apply this here, so what do I get here? So r into 50 is equal to 1400. 50 ones are 0 gets cancelled, that is 28. That means the value of r is equal to 28. Clear? Now there's a syntax error here, that in a cone, how can you have radius which is more than the slant height? Because if I this is my height, this is my radius, and slant height becomes your hypotenuse, and in a right angle triangle, hypotenuse is the largest side. But if you replace r as 28, L becomes 22, which has a syntax error, but no problem. Because the question is asking you something else. What could be the surface area of the cone excluding curved surface area? Now, curved surface area is equal to pi RL. So if we exclude curved surface area, all the question is asking us the value of pi r square. Clear? So pi r square becomes how much, guys? That is 28 square into pi. Now 25 square is 625. 28 square ends with a 4. And I'm sure it won't be as close to 684. Therefore, your answer here becomes 784. Clear, guys? Or if required, you can also calculate 28 square in the examination. That will be 784 pi should become your final answer. Right, guys? So not a very difficult question. In case you know the formula of a cone, then this question becomes a cakewalk here. If you do not even remember, this is the time for you to pause, write down the formula, remember the formula. Clear? So go back. Now, what is the best advice would be is go back, pick up all the figures from a 2D and 3D mensuration, write all the formulas in your concept notes, and start revising every week upon week. Clear? So this is a very important point that you need to keep in mind. Whenever you're doing a mock, write down all the concepts in a concept sheet or a concept notes, and ensure that you're revising these concepts time and again. Okay. Now, the amount of work, again, time and work, how can a mock be complete without time and work questions, right? So the amount of work done by a man on the nth day, we have seen a lot of questions of this model in the class, okay, is n times the amount of work done by the man on the first day. Now, I told you in the class also that whenever these kind of questions come, start assuming some numbers, okay? So suppose I'm talking about first day. First day, let's assume that this guy comes and does X units per day. Now let's read this question. The amount of work done by a man in the second day is equal to 2 times of the work done on the first day, that is 2x. Similarly, the amount of work done on the third day, that is nth day, is 3 times of the amount of work done on the first day, that is 3x. Similarly, fourth day, if you observe, this becomes 4x. Fifth day, if you observe, this becomes 5x, and so on and so on and so on, is the work done by them. Clear? Now, the catch is 8 men are working. This is amount of work done by a man. This is one man. So if 8 men are working, total work becomes into 8, into 8, into 8, and so on, so on, so on. So let me write it for you. So total work in this case becomes 8 men. First day X units, second day 2x units, third day 3x units, and the work gets done in 10 days. So 10x. So sum of first 10 natural numbers. What is sum of first n natural numbers? That is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. which is 10 into 11 by 2, 2 ones and 2 fives, that is 55x. So total work here becomes 8 into 55x. Clear? Now the question says that the same work has to be completed in 4 days. Now in how many men will be required? So let's say there are n men required. First day x units done, second day 2x units done, third day 3x units done, and fourth day 4x units done. Clear? So n 8 into 55x divided by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 will give you how much, guys? 10x will be the value of n. So x gets cancelled. 5 11s are, 5 2s are, 2 1s and 2 4s. So 4 into 11, the value of n here becomes 44. So therefore, how many men are required? There are 44 men required to complete this work if we have to complete it in 4 days of time. Clear, guys? So very easy question, not a difficult one. Enter into the question, convert them. Okay. Now, this is a question of numbers. For the batches where numbers has not been completed, you can skip this. But the batches where numbers has been over, we have seen a similar, many similar questions in the class. Okay. So what is this concept talking about? 1 factorial plus 2 factorial is 2, 3 factorial is 6, 4 factorial is 24. Okay. I do not know what is 5 factorial. Then what is 6 factorial? 6 factorial is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. Clear? Right now, this divided by 18. You need to understand that in factorial, this is a very strong concept that from a number, a particular number factorial, the denominator is divisible. So if 6 factorial divides 18 exactly, which means remainder is 0. So from 6 factorial till infinity factorial, they will always divide 18 exactly, and the remainder is always going to be 0. Clear? So our final remainder is the remainder when 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial plus 4 factorial plus 5 factorial is divided by 18. Clear? So 1 plus 2 here becomes 3. 3 plus 6 here becomes, or let's go with this way. 6 plus 24 is 30. 5 factorial is 120. 120 plus 30 is how much, guys? 150 and 153. So my answer here becomes 153 divided by 18. So if we look at it as 18 into 8, what is 18 into 8? 8 8s are 64. 4 I carry 6. 8 1s are 8 plus 6 is 14. So 144, which means the remainder here becomes 9. So 9 becomes your final answer. So the batches where remainders or numbers has been done, it's a very simple question for you to start looking at this. Okay. Now, this is a very interesting question. If I go ahead in an algebraic method, it will take a lot of time. Okay. Now, what's a smarter approach to this here? If you observe, a very smarter approach to this becomes, look at this. I am using bx, cz, cz, ax, and by. Clear? So if I'm using ax, in a way, I'm using what all, guys? I'm using ax, I'm using by, and I'm using cz. Right? So I have x here. Let me do one thing. Let me multiply the numerator with a and the denominator with a. So what do I get here? I get ax divided by denominator here becomes a square plus ax. So now I'm using by. So let me multiply the numerator and denominator with b in the second case. So what do I get? I get by divided by b square plus by. Clear? Now let me use cz here. So I multiply the numerator and denominator with c. So this becomes cz divided by c square plus cz. Now what do I get here? A square. A square here is nothing but by plus cz. So if I replace in the denominator, this becomes ax plus by plus cz. Now what is b square? B square is cz plus ax. So that again becomes ax plus by plus cz. And if I replace c square here, again this becomes cz. So this becomes ax plus by plus cz. So eventually when we add all of them, we get ax plus by plus cz divided by ax plus by plus cz. So this both gets cancelled and the final answer here becomes 1. So option A becomes your answer. So even if you have left this question in the examination, not to be worried about it. Clear? It's a question that could be easily done, right? So do not hesitate to put your thoughts into it, or if not, Remember that if the question given or the given statement is using ax, by, cz, let's try to convert in the form of ax, by, cz, and slowly you will keep on getting the direction. Clear? So if you apply in this method, it becomes a very easy question to look at. So according to me, they should have definitely been solved in the examination, guys. Right? So let's look at the next question here. Yep. So let's look at this question, guys. This question was kind of a little difficult question. This is 144 by 19. Yeah. So this is kind of a little difficult question in terms of calculation, but yeah, not in terms of application of the concept here. But yes, it was a lengthy question here because the numbers were not good. Okay. So let's look at how do we solve this question. So Manoj can solve a question in 20 days. Farooq and S. Farooq takes 10 days less than S. So if S is taking X days, Farooq will take X minus 10. So as usual, the method that we learned, 20 into X minus 10 is my total work. Clear? So if this is 20, this is X into X minus 10. This is 20 into X. And this is 20 into X minus 10. Clear? Now, it says if Manoj starts the work and works alone for 4 days, Farooq and S join him from the 5th day, and the work gets over in 144 by 19 days earlier time than what Manoj alone would have taken to complete the work. Clear? Now, first things first, Manoj has worked for the total time duration. Okay. Now let's try to understand this here. Yes. Manoj alone would have taken 20 days. So the total time taken now for the work to get over is 19 less than this. That is 380 minus 144 divided by 19. That's going to be how much, guys? 236 by 19, which means I know that for 236 by 19 days, Manoj worked. Right? So let me keep this space aside. So 236 by 19 into x square minus 10x. Now, Farooq and S worked for 4 days less because they joined them after 4 days, right? So 236 by 19 minus 4. So if I can write into 19, that is 236 minus 76. That is 160 by 19. So 160 by 19 days were the days for which these two have been working. That is 40x minus 200. That's what we get, right? Yeah, 40x minus 200. That's 20 into x is 20x. And this is minus 200. Yeah, 40x minus 200. Now, this is my total work, which is equal to 20 into x minus 10. Now, our job is to simplify this part. Now, this is the only thing which makes this question a little difficult. Okay, guys. Now, how do I simplify this? I can see all of them being cancelled by 4. So I can go with 4 into 5s are 59s are 4 into 40 and 4 into 5. So this gives me what, guys? 59x square minus 590x plus 1600x minus 8000 is equal to 19 gets multiplied here. That is 95x square minus 950x. I repeat, this 19 gets multiplied with 5 here. So if I take all my left-hand side terms to right-hand side, this is 95 minus 59. That will give me how much, guys? 36x square. Okay? Minus. This part, if you observe, is 1010 x plus. Goes on to my right, becomes a minus. So 950 minus 1010 will give you 1960x. That's a minus value. This minus 2000, 8000 goes on to the right, becomes a plus 8000. This becomes equal to 0. If I cancel across with 4, I get 9x square, 4 490s plus 4 200s. So 4 2000s is equal to 0. Now, on product of two numbers whose product is equal to 18,000 plus 18,000 and sum is equal to 490. Now, only thing is cancel zeros here. Can I say 45 into 4 is 180? If 45 into 4 is 180, I can take 450 and 40. So this becomes 9x square minus 450x minus 40x plus 2000 is equal to 0. 9x common, x minus 50 minus 40 common. Again, I get x minus 50 is equal to 0. So I have 9x minus 40 or x minus 50 is equal to 0. Or eventually we get the value of x is equal to 50 because 40 by 9 will not be acceptable. Clear? So if I take x is equal to 50 here, what is my final table looking like? Manoj can complete the work in 20 days. Farooq will take 40 days and S will take 50 days. So 20, 50, 40, the LCM is 200. This guy does 10, this guy does 5, and this guy does 4. Now, what is the question asking us? In how many days will Manoj and Farooq, that means 10 plus 5 into number of days, will complete 97.5 percentage of 200? 0000 gets cancelled. 2 into 90 is 180. 2 into 7.5 is 15. So 180 plus 15 is 195. So 15 into n is equal to 195 and the value of n is equal to 13. So not a very difficult question, but yeah, I would say it was a lengthy question. Get used to weird numbers because, okay, yeah, there might be some numbers which are weird. If you look at this whole paper, not too many questions had weird numbers. Okay. So that's where we are looking at this question. Let's move to the next one, please. Now, again, logs, as I told you, a very simple concept that we are looking at in logs is, as I told you, we need to understand the basic formula application of logs. Okay. So I talk about formula application of logs. We are talking about log of, I'm looking at it as log x plus 2 minus of log x minus 1 divided by log of 140 minus log of 35 is equal to, let's say 0 can be written as log 1. So I can cancel this log here. Now log to the same base with a minus sign can always be divided. So this can be written as x plus 2 divided by x minus 1. And the denominator can be written as log of 140 divided by 35. So log and log gets cancelled, which is equal to 1. So 140 by 35 is 35 into 4. So when we cross multiply, we get x plus 2 by x minus 1 is equal to 4, or we have x plus 2 is equal to 4x minus 4, or we get 3x is equal to 6, or we get the value of x is equal to 2. Clear? So if you're looking at the value of x is equal to 2, the question is asking you to determine the value of x, and 2 should be your final answer. So this is going to be your answer there. Yep, let's look at the next question, guys. As we have always been seeing that, the questions on functions sound a little easy. So let's try and see what do we have. So we have f of 0 is equal to 0, f of 1 is equal to 1, and f of 2 is equal to 3. Now, what am I given? F of x plus 2 is equal to f of x minus 2 for x greater than or equal to 2. So let's replace x is equal to 2. So what do we have here? We have f of 4, clear, is equal to f of 0. F of 0 is equal to 0. Clear? Similarly, if I replace x is equal to 3, we will have f of 5, okay, is equal to f of 1. If I replace x is equal to 4, I will have f of 6 is equal to f of 2, and so on, so on, so on. So f of 5 is equal to f of 1, f of 6 is equal to f of 2. Similarly, what is f of 7? For f to be 7, I replace 5, that is equal to f of 3. We do not know the value of f of 3, no problem. Now let's take f of 8. What is f of 8? F of 8 is the value of x should be 6. So 6 minus 2 is 4. So f of 8 is again equal to f of 4, which is 0. F of 9 is equal to 1. And then f of 10 is equal to 3. So if you observe, this cycle will keep on continuing for every such series altogether. Clear? So eventually, if I need the value of f of 48, 49, and 50, so that will be nothing but f of 48, 49, and 50. And therefore, your final value becomes 0 plus 1 plus 3. That is equal to 4. And 4 should be your final answer. Clear, guys? So not a very difficult question. You should have just got into it to understand what is happening in the whole process, and then slowly we keep on going ahead and simplify our final values, right? So let's look at this question. Now this question says, what is the principal amount which earns 210 rupees as compound interest for the second year? Now understand, in compound interest, what happens? Principal, interest for the first year. Now principal plus interest becomes the amount for the first year, which also becomes principal for the second year. Now this is equal to 210. So we calculate 5% of this value. Let us say A is equal to 210. So 5 ones are 542s. So value of A becomes 4,200. So this is 4,200. Now we have principal plus interest for the first year is 4,200. With a 5% interest, my multiplying factor becomes 105% of the principal. This is equal to 4,200. So this is 521s are 520s are 21 into 200. So the value of the principal here, or the actual principal here, becomes nothing but 4,000. Very easy question in simple interest and compound interest. You should not have left this question at all. So the answer for this question here becomes 4,000 here. Clear? Let's look at one more question here, guys. This question says the given figure shows PQR with a segment ST which is parallel to the segment. One second, yeah, which is parallel to the segment PQ. So I have ST is parallel to PQ. The ratio of RT is to TQ is 1:3. So therefore, this ratio will also be 1:3. Clear? So understand, if two lines are parallel, I can say triangles RST and triangle RPQ are similar to each other because this angle becomes corresponding. This angle also becomes corresponding, and R is a common angle. Clear? So what do I have? If two triangles are similar, then area of RST divided by area of RPQ will be in the ratio of, let's say, RS divided by RP whole square. Area will be with respect to square, guys, okay? So RS is 1 and RP is 4 parts. So 1 by 4 whole square, that becomes 1 by 16. Now I do not know the value of RST, but I know that the value of RPQ is 400. So the area of the triangle RST will be equal to 400 divided by 16. That is 4 fours are 400s are, or 4 ones are 425s are. So this triangle has an area of 25. The complete triangle has an area of 400. Clear? So the area of this quadrilateral or trapezium is 400 minus 25, which is equal to 375 square units will be the area. And therefore 375 should be your answer. This is a basic application of basic proportionality theorem. Okay, guys. So let's look at the next question here. Let's look at the next question, guys. Next question is again coming up from geometry or circles. Now this question says that in the given figure, let's use red ink. Yeah. Two circles are intersecting. I want the angles made at P by AB. So if I attach AB here, okay, this goes something like this. Okay, and I'm using another ink here to represent the other angles. The other angle will be like this. CD, right? Now focus on the chord PQ. Can I say the chords obtain same angle at the circumference? So if this angle is equal to X, this angle is also equal to X. Similarly, this chord PQ also subtends the same angle at D and B. Let's say if this angle is equal to Y, this angle is also equal to Y. Okay, guys. So it's a very easy question after this. If you now focus on it, in triangle APB, we have angle A is equal to X, angle B is equal to Y. So we can say that angle APB is equal to 180 minus of X plus Y. Similarly, if you look at the triangle sorry guys, yeah. If you look at the triangle CPD, same thing happens. Angle CPD is equal to 180 minus of x plus y. So I can say that both the angles made on the circle at P are equal by both of them, and therefore your answer here becomes both of them are equal. So it seemed a very weird diagram, but not a very difficult question. Once we enter into it, things should be pretty easy to solve this. Right now, after a long time, we have seen a question on what do you say? Installments, right? So let's try to understand. So at 1,20,000 rupees of the cost of the bike, there's a discount of 16.66. That is 1 by 6. That means I'm giving a discount of 20,000. Yeah, which means the selling price of the bike is going to be 1 lakh rupees. Fair enough. Now, so this 1 lakh has been offered for 3 installments for 3 years. So what I look at this is I look at 1 lakh. This is the formula of uh, installments. 1 lakh into 1 plus 20 percentage for 3 years. This becomes the actual amount of the money that a person should have got. Right now, there's a down payment of 20,000 immediately, which means on 20,000, I am sacrificing interest for how many years? 3 years. Clear? Then I pay one installment after 1 year, right? Let's say the cost of each installment is X. This becomes X. That means there are 2 more years of interest which are left. So X into this remains for 2 years plus the next part is the second installment is paid after 2 years. So therefore the pending amount is going to be for 1 year. And finally, the last installment. Clear? Once you solve this question becomes a pretty easy question to look at, right? And then you'll be getting the final answer. So installments, I think it's a direct formula base. Since one question has already appeared, my advice would be is please go back and revise the formula of installments as well. Clear? Right now, this is a very interesting question of Venn diagrams. 3 companies, L, M, and N, participated. Okay. Participated in a recruitment of a college. All the 3 companies selected an equal number of students. That means this part is equal to X, this part is equal to X, and this part is also equal to X. 60 was selected by both of them. The number of candidates selected by M and N was 68 less than L and M. The next sentence is very important. There are 28 candidates selected by each of them. That is 28. Clear? Now this is L, this is M, and let's say this is N. There are 60 candidates selected by L and M. So out of that, this is already 28. So this becomes 32. Clear? The number of candidates selected by both M and N was 68. So M and N, these two. So M and N was 68 less than twice of L and M. L and M is 60, 60 into 2. So 120 minus 68 will give you how much, guys? 52. So 28 plus something is equal to 52, and that something will be how much, guys? 24. Clear? Now, 28 candidates were selected by each of the companies. Now, this number was 50% less than 50% less than the number of candidates selected by both L and N. Okay. So 28 was 50% less. That is 50%, half of L and N. So from here, I can say that L and N will be equal to 56. Out of that, I already have 28 here. So this value also becomes 28. Clear? So let's say this is equal to A, this is equal to B, and this is equal to C. What is the other information we have to use? All the 3 of them recruited same amount. So 56 plus 32 is A plus 88 is equal to 52 plus 32. 52 plus 32 is 84. That is B plus 84, which is equal to C plus, what's C? C plus 56 plus 24, that is C plus 90. Now, one more information that is missed is the total number of candidates selected by L and N, that is 56, is 92% less, that is 8% off. Clear? 8% of the total number of candidates. So from here, I can conclude that total number of candidates are 700. Clear, guys? So we can have two understandings here. One is A plus B plus C plus the remaining values. A plus B plus C plus 32 plus 28 plus 28 plus 24 is equal to 700. So 32 plus 28 is equal to 60. Clear? And 28 plus 24 is equal to 52. 60 plus 52 is 112. Or we get A plus B plus C is equal to 700 minus 112. That is 88. This will give you 588. Clear? So if A plus 88 is equal to B plus 84 is equal to C plus 90, let's say this is equal to K. Or what is the value of K? A, that is K minus 88. What is the value of B? K minus 84. What is the value of C? K minus 90, which is equal to 588. So what do we have? We have 3K is equal to 588 plus. Clear? So 88 plus 84 is 172. Clear, guys? Now 172 plus 90 will give you how much? 262, and I'm adding that to 588. So 588 plus 262. So that gives me 800, 700, 850. Clear? Did you go wrong somewhere? One second. So 700, you have 700 minus 32 plus 28 is equal to 60. 60 and minus this is 52, which will give me 588. Okay. So 588 plus 90 plus 84 plus 88 gives me 850. So if we get 3K is equal to 850, then we are not getting the value of K as an integer. There is something wrong that we have done somewhere. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Yeah, I figured out, guys. The problem here is 80. This is C plus 80 here. Okay. So this is C plus 80 here. If this is C plus 80, then I have to add 80. That means 10 will be subtracted. Let's subtract 10. So we get 3K is equal to 840, or the value of K is equal to 280. Yeah. So 280 minus 88 is the value of A. 280 minus 88 is 192. Clear? What is the value of B? 280 minus 84, which will be 196. Clear? And finally, we are looking at the value of C. We don't need it because the question is asking you find the total number of candidates selected by company L or company M only, which is going to be this 192. My answer is going to be 192 plus 196 plus 32 should be your final answer. So 190 plus 190 gives me 380. 380 plus 8 will give me 388. 388 plus 32 will give you 420. So 420 becomes your final answer. Clear, guys? So apart from calculation, nothing else is a trouble. So that should be your final answer. 420, 3-set Venn diagram, straightforward question. Should not have taken too much of a time. Clear? Now this is a question which is again a very simple question. So Z of n plus 1 in the base is equal to Z of n plus 1. Okay. So let's take for value of n. So if I take value of n is equal to Z of 2 is equal to Z of 1 plus 1. If I replace n is equal to 2, Z of 3 is equal to Z of 2 plus 1. Which means if I write Z of 1 as 1, this is 1 more. This is again 1 more. Clear? So in short, if I take this as x, this becomes x plus 1. This can be written as x plus 2. Now Z of 4 is equal to Z of 3 plus 1. That will be nothing but x plus 3. And so on, so on, so on. If I replace n is equal to 97, this becomes 98 is equal to Z of 97 plus 1. Clear? So Z of 1 is equal to x, Z of 2 is equal to x plus 1. So on, I write till x plus 97. Clear? Now this sum is equal to 137. What is the sum of this? There are 98 terms. So this is 98x plus sum of first 97 natural numbers, that is 97 into 98 by 2. Now this is equal to 137. Now the question is asking you find the value of Z2, Z4 and so on till Z98. What is Z2 x plus 1? What is Z4 x plus 3? And so on, so on, so on till Z98. So how many even numbers are we writing? 2 into 1 and this is 2 into 49. So I want the value of 49x plus sum of first 49 odd numbers, that is equal to 49 square. Now what's an easier part? We can calculate the value of 98x. Divided by 2 will give me 49x. So let's look at this way. 2 ones are 2, 49s are. So we have 98x is equal to 137 minus 97 into 49. Clear? So what is 97 into 49? So I can write this as 97 into 50 minus 1. Now 97 into 50, 5 is 9, half of 970. That's 485. So 4850 minus 97. That will give you how much, guys? 3 here, 5 here, 4753. Clear, guys? So if you want, you can use the calculators also in the examination. That is 97 into 48. That will give you 4753. Now to subtract 137 from here. Right, so minus 137 will give you how much? This will give you 6, this will give you 1, and this will give you 46. So we get 98x is equal to minus 4616. If I divide by 2 on both the sides, we get 49x is equal to minus 2308. Clear? So you have minus 2308 plus 49 square. Now what is 49 square? 4 square, 9 square. 4 9s are 36. Yeah. So this is going to be 2401. Clear? So 2401 minus 2308. So you look at this as 3. Yep. 93 should be your required answer. So it's a plain calculation question, guys. Question on series should not be too difficult as a number to look at. Right. So if you are a person who is comfortable with the formula of first 10 natural numbers, this question becomes a very easy question to look at. Clear? Now 2x cube minus 7x square minus 7x plus 30 is factored in the form of ax plus b, cx plus d, and ex plus f. Now, whenever I have an equation in CAT, remember, your roots of them will be max ranging from minus 3 to 3. Now, our job is to quickly see what is one of the roots of this equation. Okay. So 0 is definitely not possible. When I say root, I replace that value, the sum of the expression should be equal to 0. So I replace 1 here. So this is 2 minus 7 minus 7. 2 minus 7 minus this is minus 14, no chance. Replace minus 1. So this is minus 2 minus 7 plus 7 plus 30. Again, minus 1 does not go. If I replace 2, 2 into 2 cube is 16. Minus 7 fours are 28. Minus 7 twos are 14. And plus 30. So this is how much, guys? 46. No, it's not matching. If I replace minus 2, minus 2 will give me minus 16, minus 28. Clear? This will give me plus 14, plus 30. So yeah, this gives me 0. So I know that one of the roots is going to be x plus 2 because minus 2 when I replace in this equation expression, this gives me 0. This is called a factor theorem. Okay. Now, if I have x plus 2, we can simplify the remaining part of the equation. So if I have x plus 2, this has to be 2x because now start understanding. X into 2x will give me how much, guys? 2x cube. Now, plus what do I have? Plus I have 2 2s are 4x. Clear? And I also want a, so there's going to be x square, right? Yeah. So this is plus 4x square. Clear? Now the next part I want is, if I have a plus 4x square, this value is minus 7x square, which means I want a value called minus 11x square. So if I write minus 11x, You can check x into minus 11x will give you minus x square, but automatically we have what? Minus 22x. If I have minus 22x, I want a minus 7x. Minus 7x means I want to add a plus 15x. So plus 15x will be plus 15. So we see if it's plus 15 plus 30. So my complete expression can be factorized as x plus 2 into 2x square minus 11x plus 15. Clear? So if I further go ahead with this, what do we get here? So 2 15s is 30. So I can write this as 2x square minus 6x minus 5x plus 15 into x plus 2. Now this is 2x common, I get x minus 3 minus 5 common, again we get x minus 3. So if you simplify this, you get x plus 3 into 2x minus 5 into x minus 3. This is what we are looking at as a factorized form of this. Clear, guys? So if we are looking at this, since we want to add all of these values, so the value of A, C, and E are going to be 1, 2, and 1. I repeat, A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F. A will be 1, either of them 1/2/1. Because any one of these, but doesn't matter when I'm adding all of them. Okay. Now B will be 3, one of them will be 3, one of them will be minus 5, and then one of them will be minus 3. This becomes your final value. So plus 3 and minus 3 gets cancelled. Sorry, this is x plus 2, no? Yeah, my bad. So this will be 2. Let's assume this is 2. So 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 5. 5 minus 5 gets cancelled. And then minus 3 my plus 1 will be minus 2. So therefore, your answer here becomes minus 2. So go back. Maybe you can revise a factor theorem of your school days. Or you can pick up the first chapter of algebra book. And you can also solve this set. Now, a drum contained V liters of mixture of milk and water, with water and milk in the ratio of 2:3. So water is 2x and milk is 3x. Okay. So that means the total value of V I'm writing here as 5x. Now this volume is increased by 60%. 60% of 5x is 3x by adding only water. Clear? 60% of 5x is 3x because 3 by 5. So I'm adding 3x by adding only water. So I repeat, water is 2x and milk is 3x. Yeah. So now what do we have? We have 3x here and we have 5x here. Now 41.6% is taken out and replaced by water. So it's now we can apply removal and replacement. If I'm replacing with water, I can focus on milk. So final quantity of milk is equal to, clear? Initial quantity of milk into 1 minus 41.6 divided by total initial quantity at the beginning of the experiment was 8x. Clear, guys? 1 second. Sorry. Yeah. So I have 7x and so 3x is the initial quantity of milk. Now, what is the final quantity of milk? The ratio of water and milk is in the ratio of 7:3. So please understand, milk will be 3 by 10 of the total initial quantity only. That is 8x because 41 is taken out and 41 is replaced. Clear, guys? So x and x gets cancelled, 3 and 3 gets cancelled. So you have 4 by 5 is equal to 1 minus 41.6 by 8x. Or we have 41.6 by 8x is equal to, is equal to 1 by 5. So when we cross multiply this, 5 6 are 30, 0 I carry 3. This is 8, 5 4s are 20 is equal to 8x, or the value of x is equal to 8 2s are 16. And you have a 48, 8 6 are 48. So value of x is equal to 26, 26. And therefore, I want the value of 5x. So that's going to be 5 into 26. Now, what is 5 into 26? 5 into 26 gives me 130. So that should be your final answer. So removal and replacement, please ensure that you are going back and applying removal and or revising removal and replacement. Clear. So last few questions of the paper, guys. So if I look at this triangle, this is a very easy question. I'm given angle A. So yeah, let's look at this with a different ink. You should have solved this question. Angle ABC is 90. So all these are 90s given to us. Okay. Now, what am I looking at? So if I look at it this way, okay, let me draw a line parallel to this and perpendicular to this. Okay. So AB is equal to BC. Sorry, AB is equal to BC. Okay. AB is equal to BC, which is equal to 2CH, which is equal to 2CD. Okay. Which is equal to EH, which is equal to FK. Now, which is equal to, so 4KL, right? So let's take 4x. If this is equal to 4x, so let me write it here. So AB is equal to 4x. Similarly, I have EH is equal to 4x. We have FK is equal to 4x. Clear? And we have MN is equal to 4x. Similarly, BC is also equal to 4x. Now, what is DC? This is twice DC. So DC is equal to 2x. This part also becomes 2x. What is CH? CH is also the same. So this is also 2x and this is also 2x. What is HK? HK is also same. That is 2x. This is also 2x and this is also 2x. Now what is KL? KL is 4 times of this. That means this is equal to x. Now what is GL? So do we have the value of GL? No. So if this is 2x, this will also be 2x. And if this is 2x, this is also equal to 2x. Now what is LM? LM is 2 parts. This is also equal to 2x. And this is also equal to 2x. So this part also remains 2x. This part also remains 2x. This part also remains 2x. And in this triangle also, what I can do is I can write this as 2x. And this part is 2x. Now the question is asking you find the ratio of the areas of ABCD. Now what is ABCD? ABCD is length into width, 4x into 2x plus half into 4x into 2x. This is 8x square plus 4x square, which will give you 12x square. S2. DEGF. DEGF. So this part, okay. So either I can look at this as a trapezium, or if you want, you can also look at this as right angle triangles. So DOE, what is DOE? DOE is equal to half into 2x into 2x. That is equal to 2x square. What is FG? The triangle representing this part, okay. Now EOFG, this part is 2x, 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 2x. That is a square. That becomes again 4x square. Clear? And this last part is equal to half into 2x into x. That is equal to x square. So the other triangle will be 2x square plus 4x square plus x square, which will give you 7x square. X square gets cancelled. I repeat, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So this area is of 1, this area is of 2, and this area is of 3. So 12 is to 7 becomes our final answer. Clear, guys? Now again, a very easy question of races here. In a 1000 meters race, A beats B by 150 meters. So in a races question, what do? We generally take time is equal to constant. So the ratio of speeds, S of A by S of B, is equal to 1000 by 850. While in another race, C beats D by 400. So S of C by S of D is equal to 3000 by 2600. 0 gets cancelled, 0 gets cancelled. Now speed of B is equal to speed of D. Okay. So speed of B is equal to speed of D. Let's simplify. What am I looking at? This is 15s and this is 13s. This is 520s and this is 517s. So if I need to make B equal to D, I'm multiplying by 13, I'm multiplying by 13, I'm multiplying by 17, I'm multiplying by 17. So we have speed of A is to speed of C. This is equal to 260 and this is equal to how much, guys? Or you can simplify this, no? If I'm talking about the ratio, 20 into 13 is to 15 into 17. 5 fours are 5 threes are. So 4 threes are 12. This is 52 is to 51. Clear, guys? So when A covers 52, so in a 52 meters race, A beats C by 1 meter. So in a 6,000 meters race, A will beat C by how many meters? That will be nothing but 6,000 divided by 52. Clear? So 6,000 divided by 52 will give you 105, 15.38. But A is beating C, okay? Clear? So A beats C by 115.8 should be your answer because 6,000 is not exactly divisible by 52. You can go with a wild guess here. 250 is definitely not the answer and A is beating C. Here both the numbers are same. So therefore your answer becomes A beats C by 115.38 meters. Clear? So races, again a simple model. Please go back and revise. So last question that we are discussing in this thing is the Priya's age was the cube of an integral number 4 years ago and square of an integral number after 4 years. Let's say present age is x. X minus 4 is a cube of an integer number and x plus 4 is the square of an integer number. Okay. And I know the gap between these two values is 8. Let's write the cubes. We know the cubes, right? 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube is how much? 64. 5 cube is 125, 6 cube is 216. Let's stop here because age does not go beyond 100 ideally. Okay. So 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. Clear? 5 square is 25. 6 square is 36. Now let's see. The gap between two should be 8. So what should I pick here? Can I say I can pick 8? So 1 and 9 is a gap. Clear? But the question clearly says different from 1. So 1 is not considered. Now the gap between two numbers being 8 can be 8 and 16. Clear? So that is the only two that's the only pair that we have. So cube is 8, current age is 12, and futuristic age will be how much? Futuristic age is going to be 16 ideally. So she is currently 12 years old. Okay. Now how long she should wait so that her age becomes square of a number in the previous year and cube of a number in the next year, whichever age she is in. So I'm looking at k minus 1 and k plus 1. That means the gap between two should be 2. And this time this is the square and this is a cube. So can I say 25 and 27? So she was 25. Next year she will be 27. So current age is going to be 26. So her age is 12. She should wait till when she's 26 years old. That means how long will she wait? She'll wait for 26 minus 12. That is 14 years. Therefore, option C becomes your answer. Clear, guys? So very interesting numbers based question. I would say no man's land. You should remember in mind that age should not go more than 100. We are eventually talking about squares and cubes, which we have also learned. So should not be a difficult deal at all. Clear. So last value is what is the minimum value? So people who know maximum minima, this can be a very simple question. So we can write this as x by 2x plus 2 by 2x. Yeah. So if I understand, this is going to be x plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by x. Now when x is greater than 0, which means for all positive real numbers, we need to understand that x plus 1 by x is always greater than or equal to 2. So I have x plus 1 by x. So this value is always greater than or equal to 2. Plus this is half. So minimum value is 2 here. Plus half is a constant here. So therefore, the minimum value of the expression here becomes 2.5. Clear, guys? So by Bhavan, very clearly that this mock gave you more scope to answer questions as compared to the previous mock. So please ensure that you're analyzing it, reading or solving the questions without seeing the video, then trying to identify your mistake and then again resolve your questions, guys. Clear? So that's it from my side. And please analyze properly. In case you have any doubts, you can always get back in touch with us. Till then, happy learning, guys. Thank you.